you're basically getting handfuls at a time. This is all you're left with. So there's lots of videos online about how to remove Phragmites, which is an invasive weed here in Michigan and the United States. But all those videos have huge areas, like acres and acres, and they're either working with the DNR and they're burning it, or they're using heavy equipment to chew it up. Maybe they have this like a weed whacker machine with a cutter that they're using. But if you're somebody like me, I only have a small yard and I have a little area that I've been trying to remove this weed from. So those options aren't really viable. I can't really do that. I can't burn it. Another option might be to use a chemical, a weed killer, but you don't want to get that in the water system, and you can only do it in the fall, and then you have to, there's lots of procedures for doing that. So here's the method that I've been using. The first thing is, it's better to do it in the fall. Right now it's November, and you can see I have, it's all these dry, dead stalks, which makes it a lot easier. If you're trying to do it while the stalks are green, it's a lot more labor intensive, they're a lot stronger. So with these, you can kind of just break them off. So the first option I do is just stomping on it. Get your rubber boots on, and you can kind of stomp it down as much as you can. So here's an area of really dense Phragmites, and the first option in the fall is to stomp on it. You can pretty well break it. All the Phragmites will break. You can see in the fall, that works great. Everything kind of just breaks into these small little pieces you can run over with your lawnmower. That's a good option first. Next, you could use a machete. That will work too, but you're kind of, sometimes it's not cutting, it's just bouncing off of it. But if you get low enough where there's some stability, you can work your way through with a machete, and that will work. But again, it's a lot of effort. You can tire out easily and not have done much. And as you can see, it's a lot of work, and you're left with this big mess of shoots that you still kind of have to come in and grab, and it's real chaotic, and you're not have a good system of doing it. So the next option I like to use, and this is what I use primarily, is a handsaw. And with this, you kind of grab a clump and you can cut it. And this works well when they're dead or when they're green still. So that's why this is a good option. So you're going to grab an area, and you can just cut it right off. See, I got a big clump like that. So you get clumps like this, and you already have it in your hand, and you're not worried about hacking it with a machete close to your hand. But you're basically getting handfuls at a time. And you're just cutting through. And you can see it's nice, neat, clean, and easy. So you can easily, with one or two swipes of the saw, you're cutting big clumps. And once you get to that point, whether it's spring or fall, then you can bring out an old push lawnmower and just mow everything over. If you have an old riding mower, that's even good too, because you can just drive over everything. So the key is just to get it low enough and knocked down enough where you can mow it. So you can see how good of a job it does. Once you get the lawnmower on it, you're left with just the chips, just wood chips and little fragments. The trick is you're not going to get the lawnmower in through that. So you have to stomp it down first just enough to get the lawnmower in. But once you can, and by the way, it's better to use an old beat up crummy lawn because you're going to get sticks and everything all jammed up in the filter. But once you can get that lawnmower in, here's the other area I did. You can see what a good job it does, and you're just left with the wood chips. So this is all you're left with. The thing is, you're not going to get the lawnmower in through that. So you're not going to be able to push the lawnmower in through that. You got to stomp it down first. You got to get in here and break it down to that before you get the lawnmower in there. But once you can, you'll be able to clear a nice big large area like this and get rid of all these invasive weeds that are crowding out all the other plants in here. So I hope this little tip helps. Again, it's not rocket science, but the easiest way I've seen is minimal effort on the cutting or stomping in the fall, and then mow as much as you can down. When they come back up in the spring, mow them again. It'll be easy to mow this stuff in the spring because it's already knocked down. So I hope this helps. Thanks.